I spoke in the last talk about the two men on the First World War board, Arthur and Guy Tyrrell. But what I didn't know was that they also had a third brother who also served in the British Army. Victor was born in Westmeath, Hampshire on the 11th of November 1894. He was working as a footman at Tredegar Park near Newport, South Wales, when he enlisted on the 21st of August 1914. He was posted to France in October and he served in the 3rd Dragoon Guards. He was commissioned as an officer as second lieutenant in July 1918 on the battlefield. Later in the war, he went out to find some men who were missing, and he stepped into a crater in which German gas had settled. He was gassed and was sent to recuperate in the south of France in the 1920s. A relative of the brothers provided me with some photographs of them, including one of Victor, actually taken in Nice whilst he was recuperating. In 1929, at the time of his death, on the 2nd of February, he was attached to the 2nd King's Shropshire Light Regiment at Aldershot. He died at his mother's home in Gordon Avenue and was buried with full military honours in St. Peter's Churchyard, Frimley. Men from his regiment attended, and after his coffin was lowered, the buglers sounded the last post and reveille. The gravestone in the churchyard commemorates all three sons of Arthur and Kate Tyrrell. Victor was like many men who died as a result of the war, but who are not commemorated on any war memorials or in the Commonwealth War Graves records. And now a poem entitled We Shall Keep the Faith, which was written by Moyna Mitchell in 1918. We cherish too the poppy red that grows on fields where valour led. It seems to signal to the skies that blood of heroes never dies.
These were just names until Melvyn dropped off information, and wow, Melvyn put flesh to these bones. After reading Melvyn's research, I discovered they were real local young men who served in our services in the Army, the Navy, the Air Force and the Merchant Navy. They fought and died in far-off places and now rest in cemeteries across the world, in France, Italy, Singapore, Thailand, Myanmar, and even two of them were prisoners of the war for the Japanese and are buried along the railway. There are of course many of them, and these two, who have no graves because they died at sea. And after the First World War, there were obelisks, memorials for them, built at Chatham, Plymouth and Portsmouth. They were so far from home, perhaps some of them left Camberley for the very first time, but never to return. We must remember that they fought and died so we have freedom today, so we can find partners to love, have children to cherish, and grow old with our loved ones. I'd like to finish with a very famous poem, For the Fallen, by Lawrence Binyon. They shall grow not old, as we that are left grow old. Age shall not weary them, nor the years condemn. At the going down of the sun, and in the morning, we will remember them.